we cut back to Horn and Matthew. This is actually music that should have gone with the first one, and then I'll skip over to the dangerous music that would go with the second one, but I forgot to play the music for the first one. So, we return to the fight. Still ongoing. You are fighting in the forest, and in the distance, Matthew, between the high trees, you catch glimpses to the south of 5 starlifters approaching. In the meantime, the battle continues. Horn has several gashes across the shadow armor, but also your armor has been worn down as well. You have only 2 charges remaining.
No. Excellent. All right.
Horn has been keeping up the rock strikes, and when it's like that first one that hit you, with your armor stopped it. Your armor has, at this point, what's burned through the armor is additional strikes from stones, logs, boulders, anything that he can pick up and throw at you. But you notice that when it started, he was hitting really hard. But as the time goes on, the strikes are getting weaker, and you're going from 66 blows to 5d6 blows to 4d6 blows. You get the impression that even a shadow can run out of power when there is no anchor stone there to feed it. But at the same time, you've been burning through power as well, because you're still alive. Look at how much you burned during our first scene. You perceive that his pool is weakening. He's going weaker. You, on the other hand, aren't exactly getting stronger either. So at this point, we're going to re-roll initiative, and then either I'll ask you a question or I'll tell you what I'm doing. Roll a 19 or a 20?
I beat that with a hot 15.
I was waiting for exactly what roll like that.
You did beat it. So yeah, you're both getting a little tireder, not quite as fast on the draw as you were at the beginning. So he has gone through a flurry of attacks on you, but at this point, you have the initiative. What do you do?
I think you can play at the terrain game, so in order to keep him a bit more busy and reserve my stores of power for later use, I'm going to start cutting at the trees around me. I'll burn a little bit of power to actually push them towards him, but that's about the extent of what I'll burn for that.
Okay.
Trees at you.
These are the tall pines, and so when they fall, they've got a definite
Whoop.
a whoomp about them. As you fight, this seemingly wide swings on your part starts bringing down tree after tree that begins to fence Horn in. You are, even as it falls towards them and he knocks them aside, because he does have to take time to knock them aside, they will, logically, they end up falling more or less in parallel. What you start doing is creating, as it were, a fencer's platform that is fenced in on either side and forces you to advance and retreat along it. Unless either you or he wants to do that wonderful, I don't know, have you ever been in a place where a bunch of logs are on the ground and getting over them is just an opportunity to break your ankle?
Yeah.
And
Just an opportunity.
You've got trunks side by side. If you don't land precisely on the center of that trunk, you slip down.
But at least they shouldn't roll.
Yeah, they won't be rolling.
You're gonna roll your ankle.
Yeah, it's you rolling your ankle, or your ankle going down between them, and your body going on.
Yeah.
That's fine.
That sounds healthy.
They're both
Actually,
hospital
I think that there's some doctors who recommend it.
Yeah, doctors have. Yeah.
9 out of 10 doctors do not recommend.
My general idea is to keep retreating backwards while creating this quote-unquote fencing platform and staying off of it and forcing him to be the one to risk resisting it.
Oh, that sucks for him.
Thoughtful of you.
Yeah, so thoughtful.
You know, I was just thinking of that 10th Doctor. I figured we could test the hypothesis.
Okay. Well, he doesn't like that, or the dice don't. And so the onslaught of his attacks at that point, with you falling back, this has probably been a good, 5 or 6 rounds at least of you just doing your defensive fallback, and him attacking. It's he would gladly throw one of these chunks at you, except for the fact that that would burn a whole lot of power really fast, and it also the trees laying on top of the handy rocks are making it harder for him to find ammunition to pound you with.
Yeah, so good choice on the trees.
He does he comes in with a double attack that you're able to easily retreat out of, and the initiative again goes to you.
Like, these are all tall pines, right?
Yeah.
Is there one that's particularly nasty? Like that would
Bad attitude?
It's bigger than the rest even.
Oh, there's certainly very, very large. You're able to. You've got sounding. You more or less have an entire selection. As you've been falling back, you've had your choice of trees to choose from without you even having to look at them. And so you can wait until at that point you've got the tree of your choice. We would recognize them in the good old California digger pines that just rise up really, really high and then have their branches at the height. And it is a good thick one. What do you want to do with it?
I'm going to no. I'm going to cut it, and this time I'm going to burn 5 points of power and bring it down on top of him as hard as I can.
Oh. Well, roll for that. You might not roll well.
Have you ever heard of respecting your elders?
Only when they're not trying to kill me.
Yeah.
Oh.
8. That's an 839.
Oh. I saw that coming with a 19.
He's really tired.
Oh, criminy.
So tired.
Okay, fine.
Sleepy.
Well, I have the choice of being crushed or burning a lot of power. So
I wonder what he'll choose.
I don't have a problem with this.
Shut up. You bring the tree down on him. I completely failed to dodge it, so I have no choice but to actually just catch it.
Well, and he accelerated it beyond gravity.
Yeah.
That's a lot of force.
Yeah. Oh no, I'm burning it.
And a lot of
I'm
mass.
just. It's
Unpleasant.
unpleasant because I have to get at least one hand on the tree.
So you've got to drop a weapon.
He drops the blue Bayon blade and catches the trunk.
Ooh. But
And throws it at you.
Oh,
throw this tree back here.
that one. It's 576.
Okay, fine. Do you jump over a pine tree is flying at you almost horizontally. It would have been stopped on the other trees around it if you hadn't cut them down. And at that point, do you go over the tree trunk that is coming at you like a bus, or do you go under it? How did you avoid the?
I guess that depends on how high above the ground it is.
It's at pretty much right here. So what is that?
It's at your baseball batting range level.
Yeah.
It's in your batter's box.
In your batter's box.
The gravity is easier to go in tandem with, so I will dodge under it.
Okay, you dodge under it. Give me initiative again.
Against the tree.
15. Yes, the tree.
Okay, so you rolled a 15?
I did.
Okay. You've avoided the tree, but we're both going on the same initiative. So, what are you trying to do?
You said he dropped my Balaam blade, right?
Yes, you did.
He did.
Technically?
Yeah. I am going to burn power to force pull it to me.
I reach for it as well. Let's see how well this goes. Oh, one thing would be really cool.
20 would be better.
This is a forced tug of war.
Ooh.
Is that a good ooh or a bad ooh?
That's a 3 ooh.
No, that's an O.
I'm sorry. I was
He reaches down for the Balaam blade and it flies away. It's not normally how it works.
I'm supposed to be better at this.
Okay, the Balaam blade flies to you and you have your mantle blade, your Balaam blade back.
In order
It's
to
popcorn.
grab it, I let go of the mantle blade
Mm-hmm.
and catch it. And with my other hand, I reach back to my mantle and I instantiate my shield.
I know something you don't know. Okay,
I
fine.
am shield-handed.
Okie doke then. We've been fighting in the forest now for a good long time. There, you have glimpsed the arrival some time ago of the 5 Starlifters. You continue to hear the gunfire, long arms that marks the line where the armies of the Vaulti, armies of the Dragon Lords, are hurling everything they have at the retreating legions in an attempt to overwhelm them, and the retreating legions are holding them off.
Yay!
So you're in the forest. Beyond the forest, if we head south, you'll eventually come to the lines, the battle line. You'll come to the army of the Vaulti, and then the battle line, and then the army of the realm, and then the river where the Starlifters are. At a certain point in the midst of this, you see one of the Starlifters take off. It rises up and pivots and turns away from you and leaves. You have an advantage on Horn, and Horn knows it. So he has made all of his efforts simply to get between you and them, you and the realm, and he is slowing you down. If you are willing to stay and fight in the forest, he will gladly occupy you there until you have no way out. So what are you doing?
I am not giving him the satisfaction.
Okay, so
however I can. So he's literally physically between me and them. Correct?
yes, that is his every action at this point is less about attacking you than staying between you and them and offering to let you jump, run, or walk onto his blade.
Right. By the way, how large is my mantle shield?
Because you are using it only as a shield, you can. It is a full-size Norman kite shield. It's not a tower shield, but easily blocks from low calf to eye level.
I think that what I would do in this particular case is what I plan on doing is burst of movement in to get close to him with a feint from the Bayon blade. And it'd probably be 2 actions. I don't know how you want to do that.
Well, let's do the feint.
Alright, let's do the feint.
Alright, let's roll initiative. I roll a 9 on initiative.
I rolled a 15 on initiative, so that's not good.
Well, I brace to receive your attack.
Excellent. So I go in with a feint. It's successful, I suppose. I roll
It's
a 5.
successful? Okay. I use an action to parry. And it's a very successful parry because it wasn't a real attack.
Very successful.
Yes.
So with my advantage, what I will then do is a second burst of movement to, with my shield out, just in case he somehow gets in the way, at an angle, burst past him. Well, that's a 6/20.
Okay. Are you attempting, I guess the question would be, are you attempting to do a shield ram in effect?
So the idea is like if from above, if this is him and this is me, I'm moving this direction with the shield at this angle
To knock him
to
aside.
cover me.
Right.
But essentially, if I do make contact with him, which is not the plan, then he at least sort of bounces off of it.
Okay. Well, you definitely make contact. I will give you a strength versus size roll. He's a big man. He's size 12.
I'm size 15.
Oh, I was gonna say something like you, bitch.
Oh.
He's a giant from the hills.
And my strength is also 15.
Okay.
Okay. Well,
Okay.
then, that being the case, why don't you make a strength versus size roll, and feel free to roll a 20.
He thought he was a big man.
So I rolled a 6, which is a modified 2.
Yes, you are. You.
This is
He
the man
steps
who
aside.
fought a bear.
He decides to let you pass.
Yeah, a wise decision.
You shall pass.
Yeah.
Please.
He is not knocked off of his feet, and I will say that as you strike him, claws come out of the armor, just and claw onto your shield.
Oh no.
Do I get an attack of opportunity since I am now?
You can get. I will give you an attack of opportunity at that moment, but there is a wow moment of the. It is organic, and it is unpleasant, but it does,
Yeah.
seize the shield, and it's clawing at the shield, which means it's clawing at the mantle.
Right.
And
Stop that.
and sparks, silvery sparks, shower off of the mantle threads as these claws dig across it. But you are past. What would you like to do on your attack of opportunity? As you see a second Starlifter take off in the distance.
Swing as I'm going past him.
Give me your attack.
That is an 11.
Okay. You strike. You hear the shadow scream again, and you see the armor peel away and retreat. It flees inside of Horn.
Wow.
His armor. Okay.
Nice one.
And you are free to navigate at this point. Would you like to stay here and fight with him?
No. I'm going to continue rapidly, please.
Okay.
Something that's discretion and the better part of valor.
Yeah. You've noted that gunfire has been continuous. As you're running back now, he's coming after you. But you were ever before him.
He's not catching up.
He's not catching up. You are running, and all the sprinting power of your forefathers flows through your thews as you sprint across.
You have longer legs.
He races after you, but you're ever before him.
Whose fault is that?
And you are running through the Vaulty army.
Mm-hmm.
And the sound of gunfire is getting very near. However, the people that might want to interfere with you roll a 2002 on perception. Thank you.
They are dealing with other things.
So they're like, bang, 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 bang. Okay, hey, whoa, boom. Was that somebody important? And then he clocks horn. You notice that the long arm gunfire on the Realmish side folds up and disappears. There has been this line of Realmish long arm fire. Their guns firing at the Vaulty. All of a sudden, it's like a line that collapses inward. Just like the sound of gunfire stops. The Vaulty start to surge forward, at which point you hear the heavy repeaters, basically the machine guns on the Realmish side, start firing, but they're the only things that are firing on the Realmish side. And they just fire wide open.
Is he across the...
As you are sprinting, you hear one, then another, and then the last heavy machine gun goes silent as their last round is fired. At that moment, you realize the Realmish Legion is completely falling back. The last few people that had been left behind to hold the line have left their posts and are proceeding to depart. You are in full sprint mode, and Horn is in full sprint mode behind you. I would at least like to roll a Constitution roll just to see if Horn has some chance of closing the distance between you and him.
I rolled a 623, which I don't have any bonuses, so I just beat the standard by 4.
Fine.
Fine.
David's defeated voice.
Oh no. Oh dear.
You cross the line of the Vaulty. You cross into the Realmish. You have crossed the no man's land. you blaze across the no man's land, and right behind, well, not right behind you now, some distance behind you, Horn is running right after you as well. You reach the Realmish lines. Couple things happen. One, you pass from one anchor stone into another. The anchor stone that you leave was off. This one is on.
Yay.
And so...
But it does mean he has comms and can tell the last ship to hold.
Wait for me!
He is a general after all.
Magistrate for elite.
They might actually.
At the same time,
Okay, might listen.
but certain things take time. The Vaulty are you have the advantage that you are running in the same direction that the Vaulty are running.
Right.
And because they rolled a 2002 fumble, they aren't identifying you as being a Realmish combatant. They are just assuming that you're one of them that just runs real good.
Very fast.
And does other things good too.
Needs to be like 3 times bigger.
Yeah. You pass tents, crates, material is just abandoned here.
Yeah.
And ahead of you, you see the last Starlifter actually taking off.
Oh no. Okay, so I really want to get on that. All right. So I'm still booking it, obviously.
The river is approaching. The Starlifter is actually over the river and pulling away. So you're going to get one shot at this. Either that, or you're going to be in the water, and that'll be its own issue. Yeah. You could stop and draw terrestrial. Use a turn to draw terrestrial power to you, and then make the leap. However, you are quite confident that with all the virtue that you're able to channel in a single moment, that you wouldn't be able to cover the distance. It's going to be really tight if you can make it just burning your own pool.
Okay.
So give me, you want to make the river is right in front of you, the Starlifter is up there. You're going to have to give me a dex check, and then we'll do the jump.
Okay. This is,
But you're known for your jumps.
You are allowed to burn virtue on the dex check if it goes poorly.
Yeah, that was almost really bad. I will burn the 4 points of virtue necessary to not make that a critical failure.
Okay. Then
Actually, I'm going to burn 1 additional point of virtue to make that a critical success.
That's how tight it was.
Okay. The difference between fumble and critical can
4
be.
points makes it success. 5 points makes it a critical.
Okay, you are perfectly positioned. You can make the leap. 8 points, a virtue burst of 8 points, and you are clear. You can actually get your hand to the retreating. Basically, you've got the ramp is down. You can see people on the ramp looking at you as you sprint up and you make the leap. And you burn the 8 points of power.
I have, after I've burned the 5, I have 6. If I burned 4, I have 7.
You
But I burn
can.
it all anyway.
Well, that's your pool.
Wait.
But
It's a second action to draw from your personal.
to actually burn the.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh.
Oh no.
Oh, dang it.
Okay. I mean,
You leap. And you are going up, and it's that wonderful Mission Impossible. Hey, it's too short. No kidding. You make the leap, and you realize you have failed. It's at that point that Timaeus leaps off the back of
I was hoping he was there.
the Starlifter, and he comes down, and you see a rope harness tied around him. And he rolls a 4, not a critical, but he wraps his arms around you. I assume you grab hold of him as well? Yeah. And the rope reaches its full extension, and the men of the 502nd, your men, are on the other end of the line, and they pull you up.
That is a heavy pull.
My boys.
And Horn reaches the river, and he shouts encouragements to you.
Sure he does.
I give him visual hand signals demonstrating my appreciation for this.
The ship flies
Or reference your own
south and
for the winter.
east for the next. You're exhausted, by the way. That was a really, really, really long fight.
Oh, wow.
I'm exhausted thinking about it.
Yeah.
The sun is lowering on the horizon. Yeah. At that point, you are the last Starlifter to go. However, you are not the last. As the afternoon draws on, the fourth Starlifter actually begins to fall a little bit behind. In that Of the 5, that 4th one, at least part of the drive system seems to be not performing optimally. Nevertheless, that just means they're flying a little slower, and you pass them up.
Okay.
As the sun is on the horizon, what are you doing? How do you occupy yourself? Do you just go to sleep? Do you...
I believe I had one last message sent to me before the duel started about Wand being under attack.
Yes.
So I am immediately responding to that.
That's sorry to hear. Let me know how it goes.
And being like,
That was too
sorry, I was going through a tunnel.
And it's like, oh, that's okay. What you missed, Meru is dead.
Okay, well...
We think a war is about to start. Yeah, sorry, I missed your first text. So the war ended.
We lost.
So the message was from Alikia. Is that who you're sending the message back to?
Yes.
Okay.
The message reads, Virtue Network was down. I saw your message.
Cartoon Network.
Are you okay? What happened? Are people okay?
No.
Alicia, at this particular moment, things are not okay. Things are really busy.
Well, not for her. Unless, I don't know.
No, this is...
Because it's sunset. They'd already been going multiple hours before that.
They're 3 hours ahead, at least.
But you were saying it was at sunset.
Right, as in, there's things in Alikia's future
Yeah.
that we haven't reached yet.
Yes, this is true.
But suffice to say, you're busy.
Okay.
So, you can still stop and respond to him, but we will record the fact that you stopped and responded to him.
Can I wait and find out what I'm actually doing when I get it?
Well, then you get a ding. You get a message. You send your message. Anything else? Do you want to call Arliss?
I would. So I've obviously been messaging Arliss throughout the course of this, and
404 not
as
found.
more and more bad news has come about his dealings, I think I would call him.
This number is no longer in service. Period. Not as in, oh, this is going to voicemail,
No.
but as in,
404.
In existence. Okay,
Yeah.
wonderful.
We've been trying to call you about your extended fire
know.
insurance.
Oh.
Before I submit to the oblivion that is sleep, I would reach out to anybody else, and especially people I knew.
give me a name.
I don't know names. I don't remember every character's name.
Give me a player.
Austin.
That one doesn't go through, let's say.
I don't know how to the extent, but
To some extent, it doesn't quite go through. Or if it does, you really don't want to talk to him right now. First attempt,
Not great.
not great.
I guess I don't know who all is in Wand, but I would just start going through all the other students.
everyone else. Nope.
Also not.
She might answer her
all
one.
unavailable.
to the sultry tones of my ring.
She doesn't answer.
Okay, next.
You know me.
Who else is there?
You don't know.
There's Yana.
I think he just means in
Okay,
general.
Laura.
I think you're unconscious, aren't you?
No.
Not yet.
No, I need to ask a question though. Is this are you
Great.
ring? Are you voice calling me or texting me?
This is voice calling at this point for everyone.
That's an answer.
She doesn't. Or if she
No, she does answer.
she
but-
does answer.
No.
Yana answers.
I received really bad news. However many, whatever the time thing amount was ago, that Wand is under attack. I heard no updates at all. Are things okay? What's going on?
Yana.
How's Google auto subtitle work?
Can I
It's
I heard something has gone very flawed.
You can't hear a thing over the roaring in your ears.
Yeah.
But you can tell that Matthew has called you. So what do you say to him?
Nothing.
Why'd you pick up the phone then?
it's muscle memory.
There's silence on the other
You can't
end.
say
Maybe some heavy breathing.
You can't hear
And then
things,
stop
but
it.
you can say things.
This is concerning
I
to
can't.
me.
I can't hear you. I can't
You can't hear yourself talking.
hear.
Oh, that's what you tell me?
That's what I say.
You hear her say, and the interesting thing about it is that her voice is odd. Because when we are speaking, we govern ourselves by what we hear. And so you hear her say, I can't hear you.
Oof.
Except probably like 5 times longer.
Yeah.
Yeah, except like,
Loud.
I can't hear you!
Like, okay, yeah, I'm just batting 1,000 right now on
Sorry,
communication.
so sorry.
I hang up the phone and I text you instead. And I say, last I heard Wand was under attack. Are you okay? Are my friends okay? What's going on?
Where are we at right now?
Sort of depends
Yes,
on what's happening.
under attack, escaping, not out yet.
I just text back, stop distracting you. I'm praying now.
Thank you.
God be with you.
And also with you. I'm sorry.
You like it?
You too.
You too.
So I may respond to him, but I don't know what I'm doing, so I don't want to commit myself because your face tells me I shouldn't.
Talk later. Maybe.
It's like I may.
So,
For the sake of argument, I'll say you can at least whip off a quick message.
So you do get a quick text message from Alicia
okay.
that is not okay. We're all escaping. I think Arliss, Nimue, and Peter are dead.
Oh. There is a notable delay in the response, where he basically just says, he responds finally and says, God have mercy. I am praying for your safe.
His message cuts off.
Oh!
Oh,
No.
While this is going on,
your message cuts out. No.
um,
I'm praying for your sake.
yeah,
I think he was in the middle of God.
Oh God.
for the purpose of the story, you were standing doing your messages. Timaeus is beside you, and you are looking out. And immediately behind you, you can see the Starlifter, the fourth Starlifter that's behind you. But immediately behind you, you feel something different in the world. And you can see the forest begin to die. You see the Starlifter, the rear Starlifter, slow down even further until you're advancing and it's not. The leaves of the forest are falling away, and this is like it's a expanding circle of death. And the Starlifter behind you, you see the lifting cells begin to collapse, and its forward motion slows to a stop. The hoops that normally glow blue, that are driving air, have gone dark, and then it begins to sink down to the ground. At that instant, the anchor stone beneath you inverts, and you feel your own personal virtue being sucked away, and the ship that you are on loses its forward drive, as the virtue that should be powering it is instead going in reverse. Any capacitors aboard are being drained of power more rapidly than they can send anything to the engines. Behind you, that fourth Starlifter reaches the ground. And what was dying leaves, the trees are actually corroding away into dust. Beneath you, on your anchor stone, the leaves of the trees have all gone brown and are falling away. And your own ship begins to lose its grip on the air. The moment the anchor stone inverted, any message you were sending, cut off. And the sun sets. Southward. Far away southward. And Shirin is, at this point, has people on her back and is fleeing. The Dragon Lords attempted to get ahead of the expansion, but it's an expanding circle.
Yeah.
And so they can direct some of it, they can slow some of it, and but they were unable to stop it. And the whole forest of the Vaulti is collapsing into dust, death, and desolation. A second, as it were, desolation war underway. And in desperation, she calls out. She gets ahead of the collapse, and she calls out to Meru.
Thank God she is awake.
That is when we can go back to last time. At the very, very end, we had the post-credit scene that Savannah played, where she wakes up because she is stirred from her sleep by hearing her sister's voice calling for her desperately. But she's in the city of the High King, and she awakes. She's healthy and she's alive, and she doesn't understand why. And there's no one here. But she stirs and draws her bedclothes around herself, realizes she doesn't recognize the bedclothes because they've been replaced multiple times because she was bleeding out over them. And it's then that she gets the call. She again hears the call of her sister, and she answers it. And Shirin it's a call that is as desperate as you can imagine, where Shirin begs for Meru's help. They need help. They need some way to stop this. And the only thing that Shirin can think of is maybe the staff of the Archmage.
What about her reset?
Shirin knows nothing about the Shirin.
Does Meru can do it? I think it's
Yeah, and Meru has to sit there and figure out what to do. I do not know what Savannah was going to choose. But she can look out through her window and she can see a flitter that she can take if necessary. But it's not her flitter. Her flitter's gone.
Oh yeah, because they thought they had Meru. Yep.
Yeah.
Grr. And all of her, it wouldn't have mattered. She wouldn't be able to fly it anyway because she doesn't have any of her bands. Right?
She would have gone to it, and it would not have recognized her.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because it recognizes her bands.
Mantle
All of her
has
bands
been
were
rewoven
stolen.
with the third mantle address that she's had in 1 week.
Yeah.
Like 42 hours.
If I had a nickel.
Yeah.
I would have 3 nickels, but it's weird that I have that many.
So, yeah.
So weird.
She can see smoke rising from the outskirts of the city, and her sister is still calling to her. She, realizing that if Shirin is, what Shirin's describing is pretty awful, Arliss could be affected. She tries to put a call through to Arliss, and that number does not exist. The sun is setting, and hopefully next time, our next game, maybe Savannah will be able to make it.